Welcome back. It is day 147 of our road to 2200. We're at 2014 and we're starting off with the white pieces. So we're going to go e4 and we have a Caro Khan. Okay. I've been having a lot of fun in the Von Hagen or Hennig, however you pronounce it. Now, obviously in rapid, it's kind of a dubious opening. Like at best play, black is better without question. However, it's still very fun. They play this move, so they don't capture. Now, I believe the way we're supposed to play this is with some g4 included, but we can also play bishop g5, attacking the knight immediately. And now the point is we're trying to take and take, but now we have kind of a transposition-ish, but we played this move. So now there's no knight g5 here. However, we can castle. So we're going to castle. We're lining up with this. The bishop comes out. And I'm not sure if I want to take. I could take. I could also jump in here with my knight, threatening the same kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm going to play knight to e5. Probably going to see castles. Yep. And it's interesting. So this pawn's a little bit loose. It's a loosey goose. I could drop back, but then there's check to pick up the knight, so we're not going to do that. Rook sacks are not really possible. I know this is an idea usually, but this pawn's too loose. So maybe we play knight e2, protecting the pawn, and then try to play for c3. So the knight can, maybe come in. There's discovered attacks, but we should be okay. Let's go knight e2 here. We're going to try and play c3, keep everything solid. We're down a pawn, of course. Okay, so there's a little bit of pressure on this. He drops the bishop back. So I could play here, attacking the bishop again. Maybe even some kind of takes knight here. Ideas. I think maybe he's trying to achieve knight e4 here. I'm going to jump in with my knight. I want to attack the bishop. We're trying to swarm his position a little bit. Maybe he was trying to go here also. Hard to say. But there's a few different ideas that I want to play for. Well, we kind of have to take this. And the queen comes out. So I think I just go here. If takes, we just have a position. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's not insanely bad, I guess. Takes, rook takes, maybe try to get the queen in, rook lift. It's not what I wanted, but it's not the end of the world. You can never push the pawn that loses a pawn here. That, I mean, yeah, I mean, we don't want to trade here. I probably have to come here. But then they could just kick my knight, can't they? So maybe we want to... Maybe we're looking to take here. Pawn takes. Now maybe we just try to bring our queen up. Not blundering a fork, actually. I don't want to trade. Let's bring our knight back. Not what I wanted to play. Like I said, it's a dubious opening. So, yeah, so we have this move. It's protected. It's protected. I guess if I go here, he can take. Let's bring our bishop back. The bishop's not really doing anything along this diagonal. Potential checks in the future. Yeah, he's just trying to trade. I'm going to put my knight here now. Which just blunders a fork. I can pin. Yeah, we can pin it. It's not so clear though. Yeah, now the queen goes back. But we can rook lift. So now I can go here. You can move the knight. Where do you move that knight to? You have to go here. You want to move it. And suddenly he's the one on the back foot. Especially with this move coming in. Different ideas. I mean, I think he has to go here, right? And we don't take. Because then just, no, but if he, no, that's not possible. Knight there. I mean, we're not going to trade. Oh, we have to trade, don't we? Shoot, that's actually smart. Can I sack the queen somehow? Takes. Yeah, no. I have to trade. Not what I wanted. But maybe we can go here and try to go for some kind of play. Like this, just really saying your knight's kind of stuck. Okay, maybe it's not as stuck as I thought it was. I'm going to get aggressive with it. Play g4. We kind of need to. Knight can come there. But it's not really that great. I don't want his knight going there. So I'm going to go here. The knight doesn't have any squares. I guess he can play that. Weakens this. Now I'm just going to come all the way back. And put my bishop along this diagonal. You can come in. It's fine. I don't think you really want to wander in too far. Maybe then my next move is going to be rook e1. Well, here we have to defend, obviously. So he goes back. I mean, rook takes here. There's just nothing. I can go here. You go here. I take with check. King has to go here. I mean, I guess maybe now we try to double up the rooks. What else can I do? You're going to have to play this at some moment. Okay, so he goes for this move. Interesting. So does he want to go here? I go here, knight in, takes, knight takes. I don't really want the knight to come here. I want my knight to stay here though. Also. Okay, I guess let's stop his counterplay. Well, not counterplay, but his play. Puts the knight on a good square. I have to drop back with the bishop. And he takes the pawn, forking me. Oh. I completely overlooked that. Okay, if I can get this knight gone and the rook on the h file, I have a draw. So let's go here. I'm going to try and play this. Yeah, so he's seeing through my draw. Takes. Okay, I mean, I don't really know what else I can do. Yeah, there's just nothing. Absolutely nothing. No bueno. And he's got so much time. I'm just going to resign. Good game. I played bad. Oh, man. Oh, man. Opponent played with an 86. I played with a 73. Now, I need a different line against this. Maybe we should play g4. Yeah, I know g4 is an idea here. Because I don't like this position. I like to jump in with my knight and have tactics, but he just was able to trade everything. He just played all the best moves. Like, there was not really much I could do. And then that's a blunder. Just f5. Forced to queen trade, and he's just up so much material, and then I blundered a fork. So, sad life. Let's play another one. 2100, wow. Okay, e4. Let's see if this guy will play with us. Playing the Purk. So, 2 pawns in the center. Brings out the knight. So there's an attack on my pawn. Let's just protect it. This guy's on a massive winning streak. Beautiful. Okay, g6. I don't know why he's taking so much time on the opening here. Let's bring out our bishop. And I'm going to go h3. Maybe that was probably not the move, actually, because maybe h4 was what I wanted to play. But we're going to go bishop here and try to play queen d2. Rook there is an indication of this. Maybe I want to play some f4 here. So on this I can take, and then push here, push here. He's gonna start attacking the center. I'm gonna go for this. He obviously wants to play e5, or he wants to go there. So maybe he's trying to play this to get the bishop. Do I care if he gets the bishop? Or do I want to go for some kind of g4? Or do I want to trade this bishop off immediately? Maybe let's try to trade this bishop off. Oh, wow. Oh, that's the point of rook here. Oh, wow. Okay, I see. I see. I'm going to go a3. Just stop the knight from coming in, and I hung a pawn, which he didn't take, which is great for me. Okay, now we're going to strike in the center here. I've played really passively, kind of with these pawn moves. I don't know how I feel about it. I also don't know if I want to push or if I want to take. Taking seems, yeah. But my next move's probably knight here. Knight back, okay. So he wants to capture with the knight. If he were to do that. I think just knight out. I think we stay principled here. If you take, I mean, I have 2 ways to capture. Knight goes there. I'm not really afraid of this. This is protected. And I'm thinking I'm just going to castle this way. I'm just going to castle short because I want the rook on the f-file. Because the f-file is about to be opened. And we have this very strong bishop. I can maybe reroute this way. Putting pressure on this pawn. Yeah, so he goes there. But what about going just fe? If you take, I take. You take. I guess knight's not able to take. But maybe I have some kind of like knight here push. Knight here, if takes, I would have knight here. Takes, I would take the queen. Knight here could be a nice move. So could this though. But I think I like, well, knight here, they can just push the pawn. So let's take first. I guess knight here, they can push regardless. I don't know. I feel like knight here is going to be very strong. Yeah, they just capture. Knight here. You have to push. Is that even good for me at that point? Maybe I want to save the bishop and put the bishop on this square. Yeah, maybe I want to go to this diagonal. Huh. Okay, let's move the bishop. Let's save the bishop. This is protected by the knight. And if it takes, we take with the knight. We're also threatening to push. And then where does the knight go? The knight wouldn't have any legal squares, so we're threatening to trap the knight. You take... I'm going to take with my knight. Attacking your knight. It's pinned. There's the only thing, I guess. But now this square is very, 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 very vulnerable. So knight G5 is going to be very strong. Oh. Haha. Yes. So I have to play queen here. I can also take with check. Queen has to take. But I can just step up. And then I guess they have to go back. And then what do? I go knight or queen here. Knight takes, I take the knight. Okay, let's go queen e3. Now we have to be careful of this diagonal. They could jump in. If they do that, I might take here. Well, then there's... Yeah, so they do go for this. What if I just capture? Takes. Knight here takes. And then I take with check. The king comes forward. Okay, wait. Let's calculate. So knight takes. If bishop takes, I take here. We're threatening checkmate. Knight takes. If they take the rook, I capture here, they can take my queen. Yeah, so let's not play that. Actually, no, because now my knight's hanging. So we have to deal with that threat first. So I guess we have to capture this, unfortunately. The rook can take. Okay, and now I kind of want to go here. Just rook f2. Getting out of the way, still threatening to go here. Massive pressure on this. Your knight goes back. It's a very annoying move. I guess I go queen b3 here. Bishop comes out. Maybe we just slide up. No, then there's knight here. This is annoying. Let's go queen b3. Bishop's going to come out. I'll play bishop g5, I think. Which at least loosens. No, it doesn't. I mean, this is not a hard move to find. Oh, my knight's hanging. Or my bishop's hanging. Wow. Oops. Well, could play this. Can I go here? Takes. Check. King here. And then just take. Let's play knight up. Oh no, my knight. I don't think you can actually take that. Bishop here, now I can take. Pawn takes, you have ugly pawns, I guess I just argue. But we have 4 attackers on this. There's only 3 defenders. But not the nicest game here. Not at all. Bishop comes out. So I can take. Knight has to take. And it's pinned. I could also go here, takes. Rook takes. Knight takes. Okay, so if I play a rook f1, bishop g5, rook takes, knight takes, rook takes. There's a queen check. King h1. Also take. I'm running out of time. I don't think anything works there. No, you know what? Let's be tricky. Let's go for real counterplay here. They can take the knight. We're gonna sacrifice a rook. I don't think it works, but it's the only thing that I can really think of. I mean, I could take with the bishop takes, rook takes. I guess that still is kind of a threat. Actually, that might be better because there's still a pin. Yeah, so let's first take with check. Now we take with the rook. You can give me a check, but then we go back with check on the king. I think is, well, actually I can just move. Moving might be even better. Just king over. I still have discovered attacks. There's this pin. It's very, very ugly. Like I can go here, win the queen if that's the case. So if king over, I missed this move. Heavily missed this move. So now takes here. Check. I have to play that, but I have to play this. Not good. Not good at all. And now we take with check. And I mean, we're just down too much material in this position. The king just moves over and she's safe. Yeah. Unfortunate. Bishop's doing a good job there. Yeah. There's just nothing. You can go here. Queen in. Very nice. I'm just going to move my rook to a very, very passive square, unfortunately. And they're probably just going to go here. Or that. Yeah. Sucks to suck. Have to take, and I'll just resign. Dang it, man. I feel like we had something there. All right, let's analyze this game. Now, I look different because it's actually the next day. My computer had some problems and whatever. I couldn't actually do the analysis that time. Actually, I could have, but anyways, I'm going to just shut up and do the analysis. E4, we had the Pirk, and it was an interesting kind of position where, you know, we got a pretty decent position here. Now, h3 is not really needed, but I play h3 in these types of positions because I like to play bishop e3 and queen d2. And if you don't play h3, then knight g4 just picks up the bishop. So that's why I do that. And justifying my plan behind h3. Now the knight comes out attacking the pawn. And here's the first instant of tunnel vision. So I play here because I want takes, which just loses a pawn in itself. And he can just take to start because, you know, this is not a threat. It's ridiculous. So he goes back because that was the whole point of putting the rook on e8, which was a little bit confusing at the start because, you know, it looks like he wants to play this, but it's actually setting up just moving the bishop without losing the rook. Or it seemed that way. And then a3, slow move, hanging a pawn. a3 was just stopping knight b4, which I didn't want him to come in and attack my bishop. Now he plays e5. Once again, it was just a missed opportunity because I had a pawn just hanging. Very bad play by me. Now I'm forced to push. You know, if you take, I mean, it's not going to benefit you. You're probably just going to take like this. It's just, yeah, no. So we have this, and then we go f4 here. Now striking in the center. I think this is pretty decent. And as you can see, the computer hates this move. I jump out with my knight, reasonable. And then he goes here. Now castles, and he strikes in the center. He's putting a little bit of pressure. He's asking my center, like, what are you doing here? If I take, maybe there's some push, etc. So I clarify by taking, and he takes back, which is a huge mistake because of something that I was very, I saw this in the game. Then G5. But I wanted to, set up some other stuff, so I played bishop c4, which is just not a good move. I don't understand why I didn't play knight g5 here. It's very intuitive, but I think what I was scared of was this. And what you have to see is d6. And the point is takes, or not takes, which is bishop c4 first. Oh. And bishop, no, and then d7. And if takes, you take with check, queen here, and rook f8 wins the queen. Okay. I didn't see remotely close to any of that. And then in this position, we're still winning. But I hung the e4 pawn. Not good. And then he jumps in. And once again, we have this idea of knight g5. Sacrificing, which I'm pretty sure I might have looked at something like this. The only move here is queen b3. Not so obvious. Knight takes check is also a move. Rook takes and then takes, and this is an equal position. This is probably something that I would have maybe went for more so. But rather, we have this position, takes, and I need to once again sacrifice the rook and just play knight g5. Knight g5 was being called to be, like, it was being called. But I didn't play it because I was scared. I didn't think that I had enough going. So I play a rook here, and this is just a bad move because now he hits the bishop and the queen. So I have to stay along this diagonal to protect the bishop. I, unfortunately, missed that, and now I'm down a piece. And from here, I mean, I played for tricks, but my opponent does a very good job of just converting and got the win. So, yeah. That's that. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.